This November the 9th is the anniversary of the historic event, the fall of the Berlin Wall. It was a life-changing event. I want to tell you about two men, two top diplomats, US Ambassador Max Kampemann and German Foreign Minister Hans-Dietrich Genscher, who fought for years to make the fall of the wall happen. I'm Uli Kampemann, 3 times escapee from East Germany, and I feel so fortunate that I was able to meet and befriend both of these men who had such an impact on my life, on my family lives, and for so many others. It is an outstanding day. The story begins with how one radio news, one phone call, and many years of letter friendship opened the Berlin Wall for me before it ever fell. I was working in my Stuttgart studio when I heard on the radio about US Ambassador Max Kampelmann negotiating with the Soviets in Madrid. Kampelmann? Only one family in the world carries that name. He had to be my uncle. I called the White House to get his address and wrote him. 2 weeks later, a letter arrived. I found out he's not my uncle, but he became a friend. That was the start of a 25-year correspondence. Handwritten letters crossing the Atlantic. We wrote about art, about fear, about the taste of freedom. Then one letter changed so much. I told Max my mom was still trapped in East Germany, punished because I was escaped. She was forbidden to visit me. Weeks later, my mom stepped off the train in West Germany to visit. That was fantastic for us. After my family moved to America some years later, my husband Steve and I visited Max at his law office in Washington, D.C. He greeted us like family. Over coffee, he gave us an interview for our documentary, That Damned Wall, My 3 Escapes to Freedom. Max told us how he beat the drum for human rights in East Germany and the Eastern Bloc as a result of his efforts. One of his amazing human rights achievements was that 1 million Soviet Jews walked free. It was the largest Jewish exodus in modern history. Max spoke of his German partner at the table in Madrid, Foreign Minister Hans-Dietrich Genscher, born like me in Halle Saale. Genscher had escaped East Germany in 1952. On the 30th of September 1989, Genscher stood on the balcony of the West German embassy in Prague before 4,500 desperate East German refugees and said, "We have come to you today to tell you that your departure to the Federal Republic of Germany is possible." Cheers drawn the rest. Sealed trains carried them west. 6 weeks later, the wall fell. Max smiled and said, "Genscher and I had very different styles in how we handle diplomacy. I was loud and direct, and I pounded on the Soviets to make changes. Genscher used quiet persuasion to get the Soviets to make a change. I was the drum and Genscher was the flute. Together, we were an orchestra, and together we helped to dismantle that wall. After we left his office, Max called Genscher to help us arrange an interview. I was very inspired by Max's analogy of the drum and the flute, and I made a painting of this. Soon thereafter, Genscher granted us an interview. He was warm, wise, unflinching. At the end of the interview, I presented him the paintings for his collection. I'm not related to Max by blood, but I'm bound to him and to Genscher by something stronger. A name forged in escape, a friendship forged in letters, a legacy forged in courage. Max's parents took the name Kampelmann to escape tyranny in Romania. I carried it out of East Germany 3 times. But this is not just my story, it is a story of refugees and strong beliefs. Freedom is never given. It is taken by courage, by friendship, by an idea that refuses to stay silent. The drum and the flute still echo in every heart that wishes for freedom. So if you like this video, give us a like, and I welcome you to apply to this video channel.